Bruce's Big Call Dinar Intel Tuesday night October 14, 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Transcribed by Wiser now emailed to recaps. Intel only. Welcome everybody to the Big Call tonight. It's Tuesday, October 14th and you're listening to the Big Call. Thanks for tuning in all over the globe. Everybody, good to have you in. We're gonna have a really cool call tonight. I'm excited about it, excited to hear what Sue has, and always excited to hear what Bob has as well. Thank you, Bob, very much for that. Let's go into where we stand on Intel. What's really good? Let's go back for a minute and talk about what President Trump did yesterday in Egypt at this peace summit. They're calling it a peace summit. And we had all kinds of nations represented, not just Middle Eastern countries, but Europe was pretty well represented. I believe the guy from Spain was there. I know that they caught my call there, from France. A number of people from the UK, basically, was very well represented. A lot of people were there, and I'm glad they were. They witnessed the signing of this peace treaty. And listen, it might not be a walk in the park. I don't know that Hamas will lay down, but they definitely said they would put down their arms. So we'll see if they adhere to that. We'll see what they do. Okay, but we've got countries that are going to be there monitoring what is done there, countries that are putting funds together to rebuild the Gaza. In the vision that President Trump has for that region, along with Israel, along with all the other countries that are supporting it, it could be really, really good. So pray not only for the peace of Jerusalem, but pray for the Middle East, for this area, and pray for peace to continue and not just be something that was on paper. Let it be real and let the rebuilding efforts begin. Alright, that's going to be a good one. Now, also, while President Trump was there, he did meet with certain world leaders from these various countries, one of whom President Sudanese of Iraq. He met with for about 35 minutes. And he had the discussion with Sudani that Iraq is in a situation where they passed their HCL 140 oil and gas law we've heard about for 20 years. That thing has been passed and is ready to go, and they're ready to disperse the oil profits to the people. But Sudani wants Iraq to get digital and completely get connected to their banks digitally. And be really ready for everything that's coming out for them, for the people of Iraq now. President Trump told them that this was last Thursday. They had about a week to get everything done, about a week. To get everything complete. And he told Sudani, he said, let's get this done. Come on, shake a leg and get it done. Now, shake a leg. It's an older expression. You've all maybe heard it. Shake a leg. Let's go. Let's move it. And that's what Sudani is doing. And that was as of, really, last Thursday, but he did meet with him yesterday in Egypt, and they did have a 35-minute discussion. So I'm glad President Trump did fly back. Last night, overnight, got in and, was there for Charlie Kirk's Medal of Freedom ceremony today with his wife, Erica Kirk. I always love to say, think of Charlie as his middle name is James, Charlie, James Kirk. And of course, I put the T in there, which is not his name, James Tiberius Kirk. Remember that Captain Kirk? James T. Kirk, Enterprise. Well, I don't know. I have to add that T in there sometimes when I think about his middle name being James, Charlie James Kirk. And great ceremony. Take Erica was amazing, as she always had a beautiful, I think it went about 30 minutes. I didn't time. It was about a 30-minute speech. And she did beautifully. She really did. And everybody is so proud of her and proud of Turning Point and the job that they're doing in setting up new chapters all the country and colleges and high schools. They have a different version of it for high schools, and I can't remember the name of what they call the high school chapters, but it's the same basic concepts. And yes, it's conservatism. It's a conservative movement that young people are adhering to. I think it's wonderful. And so that's what I wanted to say about Charlie and his lovely wife and widow, Erica. Down. So what about us? What about the situation? We know what Iraq is doing. They're getting everything done. They're getting it ready for the exchanges to start. What I'm hearing, I've got a few slightly different timelines, so I'm going to give you one, and then I'll give you a second one. One of our good sources is saying to look for us to get notified Thursday. That's 2 days away, Thursday, and then exchanges would follow shortly thereafter. We also had a phone call with two of the people in our new treasury, and they were indicating that we look like we're going to indicate our notifications over the weekend or late weekend, which would be Sunday into Monday, and then we would be setting our appointments up and exchanging early next week. So I've got that on the one hand, coming directly from Treasury, and I have other information, saying it could be as early as Thursday, 2 days away. Now, we plan to have a call Thursday night. Don't you worry, you're a pretty little head nod about that. We'll have our call. Maybe it'll be something that we can celebrate. Or maybe it'll be another informational call, and maybe we're looking to a start, which would be late weekend. Okay, now I can tell you this much: redemption center screens are blank today. No rates up on screens. That doesn't bother me. We did have a rate on the Dawn a couple days ago at Redemption Center, and it was quite good. I told you guys the dinar is going to be offered to us at a contract rate, and that would be in the hundo area, and that's still holding. And the main thing, I guess, is just for us to keep our eyes open, for emails to come in. I do believe that bondholders have been told they would have access to funds soon. I know they're continually seeing bondholders in Reno, at the Sparks, Reno Airport, Wells, Fargo nearby, and that's moving along. We hear about that. I don't really know that there's a whole lot else in the way of information that will affect us, in some way. I just think that we've got a little bit more time. We've got the in the meantime thing that we're in right now, or maybe it's late weekend. Late weekend. There's two different things from different sources. I think that is the crux of what to know. We have to congratulate President Trump for doing your work on building a peace that should be a lasting peace lease. And let's hope it goes for years and years and years. Okay, I really hope it does. It's just everything, you guys, everything is told. He's also the military. You know that with the government shutdown, a lot of being paid well, his intention was to pay the military. I hope they're all deposits, which would be tomorrow, is what I think his goal was, that hasn't been paid. Pay them tomorrow by direct deposit. And the funds. Now, what's going to happen with our Doge R&R, which is supposed to be combined into one lump sum as a direct deposit into our banks, and tariff dividends, which is supposed to be $2,000 a month, and we don't know for how long until the tariffs run out. Say, that would be a nice $2,000 a month payment, supposed to start tomorrow night, Thursday or Friday, supposed to have started, or will have started. Okay, now, if we moved to the weekend, late weekend, for notifications, I'm not so sure that the Doge and the R&R will in that time frame. They may still. We can't get verification on that yet, maybe by Thursday's call. So be in prayer that everything gets done and that we move from phase 1 of the peace accord in Israel to in Hamas to phase 2, and then into phase 3. And I'm not sure if we had to be through all 3 phases, but we may have to be, and where President Trump said we are coming into phase 2 of the peace process now. So that has to do with, I think, the changing of the map a little bit. The line of demarcation changes, varies. We'll have to see what else it includes. Now we need all hostages that have passed away returned? The families want those back, of course, so they can have some closure. So I believe that is part of phase 2. It may be a part of 2, so we'll see how that goes. Needs to be done immediately. I'm looking for that to happen. Let's thank everybody for making the call at a thank you satellite team. We're going to call out there all thank you, Sue. Very passionate delivery tonight, all the way around. Thank you. Thank you, Bob, again for everything that you did. I love the participation that Sue and I have when we talk about the teaching. Thank you. Jeannie, thank you, Pastor Scott, GCK, Doug, Larry, and everybody else, but mainly thank you, Big Call Universe, for staying tuned, listening in on the call for these 14 years, telling somebody the other day that, I've been in the currencies. I'm in my 21st year, being invested in these currencies. And you know what? We're learning something new every day. And I thank you guys for tuning in to the Big Call, for being faithful for so long. Remember, we're going to be looking for 800 numbers. As early sounds like Thursday, but it could be the weekend. We'll see everybody. Let's go pray the call out. Amen and amen. Alright, guys, let's turn off the recording. Listen to the full version on the official DinarReport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.